The Tampa Bay Lightning find themselves deep into the playoffs once again, led by their core group of players and their ability to elevate their play once the games really matter. It hasn't mattered how the Lightning have gotten themselves into the playoffs, only that they make the most out of their opportunities once they are there. Our focus today is how Nikita Kucherov, the most prolific scorer for the Lightning, has the potential to become a top 5 all-time player in the playoffs when it's all said and done. Kucherov has played in the NHL for 9 years, entering the league in the 2013-14 season when he got his first taste of playoff action. He started to pop off at his sophomore season when he broke out for 29 goals and 65 points in 82 games. He followed that year with 10 goals and 22 points in the playoffs and in 26 playoff games in what was basically the beginning for this playoff beast. Since Kucherov has come into the NHL, the Lightning have qualified for the playoffs in 8 of the 9 seasons. The only season they've missed was the 2016-17 season when the team finished with 94 points and was only 1 point out of the playoffs, just trailing the Maple Leafs. Missing the playoffs that season was by no means Kucherov's fault, as he finished with 40 goals and 85 points, also ranking 8th in the Hart Trophy voting that season. At just 28 years old, Kucherov has already played 124 playoff games and counting. Realistically, fans could even see 14 more this postseason. He has 5 playoff runs where he suited up for 17 games or more, while his playoff production couldn't be better. He has scored 48 goals and 142 points in the playoffs alone. That ranks 37th all-time in points, and he ranks 9th in playoff points per game, which is 1.15 by players who have played more than 40 games in the postseason. Assuming the Lightning make the Stanley Cup final for a third consecutive season, that would move Kucherov up the list to around 27th in playoff points. He looks much closer now, doesn't he? We are witnessing a dynasty in the Lightning as they have made the conference final in 3 consecutive seasons, and for the 6th time in the past 8. It's not enough just to be a dominant player. A player must have the right teams around them in order to achieve greatness in the postseason. The longer the Lightning have their core together, the more seasons they should have deep runs, which in turn runs up the games played in individual parts. Kucherov is 59 points away from cracking the top 5 in playoff points already, and only one player in the top 13 all-time is active. That would be Sidney Crosby, who happens to hold the 5th spot in a tie with Jagr with 201 points. That number should rise even though the Pittsburgh Penguins haven't made out of the first round since the 17-18 season. If Crosby can reach 4th place, which shouldn't be too difficult, Kucherov will have to get another 13 points on top of the 59 to solidify the top 5 spot. At the rate the Lightning are going, Kucherov could even realistically enter the conversation within the next 2 seasons. He recorded 34 points in the Lightning's 1920 Cup run while recording 32 last season. The Lightning may not make the Stanley Cup final every year, but with a core like Andrei Vasilevskiy, Steven Stamkos, Victor Hedman, Braden Point, and Kucherov, they will surely win rounds and be a competitive team every season. Kucherov is without a Conn Smythe trophy despite leading the playoffs and scoring each of the past 2 seasons. That award was given to Hedman and Vasilevskiy respectively. As Stamkos said about their chances to win, the Lightning have Vasilevskiy, who is absolutely lights out in series-clinching games and typically completely shuts opponents down. The Lightning have also been able to completely replenish their bottom 6 with players leave. They have gone through that and gotten players such as Barclay Goodrow, Blake Coleman, Corey Perry, Ross Colton, Nick Paul, Brendan Hagel, and Pat Maroon for cheap. Their system works well, and it's beneficial to any player who comes through and buys in. Kucherov and the Lightning have a long way to go before they are done, and he's still signed for 5 more seasons, of course. So there is more than enough time to reach the great heights for him and the team. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.